What's going on? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, it's a female who happens to have a child out of wedlock, and she's saying that she is allowed to have higher standards because she learned from her mistake. So this video comes from TikTok. Let's get into it.
Why are you trying to bash me for learning from my mistakes and trying not to repeat them? Nothing is more frustrating than
Okay, right off the bat, I just, as she's talking, she's saying boys. I want to see.
when men start.
Yep. So she's saying boys, initially she said men, now she's saying boys as a way to devalue us, shame us, insult us as men. That's pretty much the tactic that all modern women use these days. Sign language, as Kevin Samuels would say, rest in peace. Shame, insult, guilt, the need to be right. She's trying to argue her point coming from a lower standard herself. So what she's doing is like, yeah, these boys out here are trying to devalue me. But at the same time, if you look at it, if a man's coming to a relationship, she meets a man who doesn't have children and she has children, he has the right to have a higher standard of woman than she can, as far as, her standard men, because she's coming with baggage to the table, to the household. He doesn't have to worry about that. So why would he hook up with her when he can hook up with somebody like her that doesn't have children, that doesn't have to worry about dealing with, their father or whatever the case may be?
Trying to devalue you because you're a single mom and now you have higher standards.
Okay, so single mom. Okay, were you married? And no, being, being a fiance or being engaged doesn't count. The full deed, being married, counts. If you're a woman, who's coming from a divorce, if you have children through divorce, just one father, okay, that's something different. I understand that. Yeah, I have children myself. Going into a relationship, I know I can't be as picky as I used to be back in the day. I'm older now. I have children. My children are grown. But back in the day, I would never date, someone with, children, because why should I settle for that when I can go with somebody else? But if I have children and, my fiance now has children, or she has a kid, roughly equal playing field. But if you don't have something and the other person does, and vice versa, you can't raise your standards just because you feel that you've learned from your previous relationship, especially if you have a high body count. Anything over 10 I consider high. If you have a high body count and you have children, you can't go into a relationship requesting, the man has to be this, that, and the third. It's usually with women, he's got to be over 6 feet tall. He has to have six figures, have to have a six pack, 6 inch or bigger, things like that. When you yourself are in a worse space than, the woman that he's been with are. So I never understood that.
It's like they want you to keep making the same mistakes. Like, it's like, okay, you think I want to do the same shit again?
It's not about making the same mistakes. If you are genuinely trying to raise your standards, have a higher value, especially in the sexual market value, you don't need to be dating whatsoever. You should focus on you, focus on your children or kid, get them to a certain age, and then start dating again. At that time, you can work on yourself, like I said, be more physically fit, more fit in the head, spiritually and mentally. And you can, at that point, possibly get something of higher value. But as you know, there's always going to be some simp out there that's gonna, okay, I'll hook up with you. My standards don't matter. It's all about the woman. When in actuality, it's not. You got to get someone on your level. The person you hooked up with, that is your level. You getting someone higher than that. I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm saying it's not impossible. But when a guy does it, oh, he's a misogynist just because he wants his woman to be in shape. His woman got to have a low body count. Oh, his woman can't have no kids. That's considered misogynist. But when a woman do it, yes, queen, yes, do this, do that. No.
Like, why are you trying to bash me for learning from my mistakes and trying not to repeat them? It literally does.
But you see the stuff, right? The eyelashes, probably even hair extensions, the talons that she has. If she's tatted up, super, like severely tatted up, that's one thing too. One here and there, that's no problem. But you see all the makeup on, probably with filters. They base themselves, women, modern women specifically, base themselves on how they look with all these filters and add-ons. When men, this is what we are every day, fresh out the shower, just how we always are. But you never see a woman rate herself until she throws all that extra stuff on and, oh, I'm a 10, I'm this. But take it off, fresh out the shower, none of this stuff, none of these enhancements, what are you? Then, oh, we're misogynists.
Doesn't make sense. And it's actually really fucking annoying, but whatever.
And also, look, with the sassy, we can't have any opinions, we can't have any standards. If we do, we're sassy. If you're broke, if you don't want to pay for it, oh, you're sassy. Or you want to go on this type of coffee date, which is the best type of date to have. It's a first meeting. You go meet somebody, you can determine within that 10 to 30 minutes, depending on how long you guys go for coffee, even walk to the park. He's sassy because he doesn't do this, he doesn't do that. Always with the shaming tactics versus men, they look at you face value. Men are visual creatures, Okay, yeah, you look all this stuff on. What do you look like with it off? But it's never the case. But let me know your thoughts, comment down below. Let me know how you feel, how you, any situation you've been in is similar to this. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and hook a brother up, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.